Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today's video we're gonna continue working on our 2019 Maserati Ghibli, the SQ4 one with the front end and the side damage here. And as you guys saw in the previous video, we finished the painting and fixing the crack that was there. We put everything back together, suspension, the new shock absorbers, strut, everything back. Car now on all four wheels. And today's video we're gonna start the body work, the external body work, since we finished the inside. And we're gonna start with the easy one first, which is the driver side fender here. That's the passenger side. It's in a good shape. I'm just gonna leave it out there for me to compare, see what I'm gonna do. But let's take a quick look at the damage here. Again, everything here seems to be just some scratches, a little bit here. We're gonna just tap from outside. Everything here looks good. Again guys, the major damage here, when they put it into the car, they pinned the whole fender. So that's actually they did more damage than the accident. Look at the rest of the damage from the accident. Doesn't really look bad, just gonna be like some hammering and tapping, nothing crazy here. Again, I was like surprised. If you guys remember how this one here was mangled, surprised here where it fit. It's have a little bit of a pint here, but nothing like major. I was like surprised from this, because from how this was mangled there, I thought that fender here will be also the same, but actually in a very decent shape. Just some tapping and somebody works, and it's gonna be like bundle and filler. Then after we get the front done, we're gonna move to the back, fix that damaged quarter panel here, and then get the rear bumper fixed. And after this we'll go ahead and paint the whole car. But let's first take it step by step. We're gonna start with our fender here. Again, doesn't look bad at all, so let's get started. So now I'm gonna try to fix that broken tab from the headlight. It seems like the guy who had the car before the insurance took it, he tried to do some epoxy or something like to glue it back, but definitely it's not gonna stay in with just some epoxy. So we're gonna try to align it here, give it some stitches, and do some plastic welding, and then we're gonna be like saving maybe $1,200–1,500. So let's go ahead, get the stitches ready, and start. Okay, we give it, I think, enough stitches, some big, some small, some 90-degree angles, and I think like it's holding very well. Like I can hold, if you guys can see, I can hold the whole headlight from that tab with no problem. So I think that's strong and sturdy enough. Now what we're gonna do is complete the welding, cut all these metal or the stitches pieces out, then use our plastic iron and just like smooth everything around it. Then we'll try to fit it in the car and see how it looks or how it goes. Okay guys, check for now how everything aligned. Let's go to that good side. The headlight with the fender and head with a gap here all the way around. Let's go to the damaged side that we fixed the fender as much as we can now, and we did some fixing for that headlight with plastic welding. Look how it fit perfectly here. Look at the line all the way around. Still gonna need some adjustment. It's not tightened all the way, so that will be at the end. But for now, I'm so happy and satisfied with where we are at now. So what we gotta do now, I want to get the front bumper, see how everything is gonna fit, and if everything fits well, we're gonna start doing our fixing for our front bumper. So I'm gonna go downstairs, get the front bumper, come up, try to slap it in, see how that sucker is gonna fit on everything on both sides, and we'll go from there. So we got the bumper on this side here. It's perfectly, except here, because the bracket here is broken. Once we get the bracket put on, that will align very well. Again, around the headlight is good. Let's move to the damage side. We have few issues. First issue, that piece of the bumper is pushed up. You guys can see that crease here, so we're gonna heat up and push it down, but not for now, because the other issue here is I cannot put the bumper here, and I think I need to clear more space between the headlight and the bracket here. So that's what I'm gonna work on now. I need to fit that piece here first very well, then after this I'm gonna move up and heat that bumper from here and make it fit over the headlight. Also, we have that small dent here. We'll also try to heat and push it from inside if we can. If not, just we're gonna do some bondo here. But so far we're doing good. Fender itself will need few more work. As you guys can see here, it's need to go down a little bit here, a little bit up here, then down here and up there, so it will align well with the head. These are the will be final touches, but I want to first figure out here that issue. I need to put the bumper on very well before I move to any other thing. So let's get the bumper off, compare both sides, the space between the headlight and the bracket, and then we'll go from there. Check this out, guys. We're able to get that back in place. Just need to close that gap. So there's the gap here. Everything looks good on both sides. Now we are gonna work on this. Again, it's up here and was down on this, so it was kind of, when the accident happened, pushed it, so that's down and that's area here up. So what I'm gonna do is just heat the whole area here. Even in the paint you can see, I'm not sure camera will catch it, like the crack in the paint here. So that's, and here as well. So that's the focus here, is just like heat that area where it got pinned and try to push everything back to make it like rest again where it's supposed to be. And I think when that happened, that will get closer. Again, we're missing that bracket here. It's not missing, it's broken on both sides, but the other side I have one tab that I can put in. Here I don't have any tabs, both tabs are broken. So again, let's heat here, try to rest it back and take it the shape over the headlight like the other side. So everything fits well so far, except here there's a little bit of a gap here, and I feel like the whole bumper need to be pushed up underneath the headlight. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take it out. I will try to apply some heat, fix that dent. There's a little bit of dent here, and see, I think that area here need to be bent in a little bit. I'm gonna take it out and compare both sides and see what I can do to close that gap here. Once I close that gap, get these two dents out, I think that bumper will be ready for the preparation for paint. But keep my finger crossed if I'm gonna close that gap or not. So today we're gonna focus on that quarter panel damage here. Not planning to change it, planning to fix it. So what I'm gonna do is just like jack the car off, take the wheel, take the fender liner, and start disassemble the tail light here, and also see if there's any access from the trunk to that big dent area, so I can push it from inside or not. Then if not, we're just gonna use our stud dent puller and start to pull everything out. But before we start that, just give you here update. We were able to close that gap more, so we are almost there. Might need a little bit more, but so far so good. So let's start working on the rear end. Got a fender liner out. It was one of the hardest fender liners to remove. To be honest, these like tabs here were very hard. All of them broke. So I'm not sure what is made of. I feel like it has some steel inside. Anyway, first inspection, like there's no really major damage internally, but like I have that bracket here, doesn't look to be in good shape. So I think so we're gonna need to figure out maybe that spin down here a little bit. Other than this, suspension in general looks in a good shape. All the inner structure pieces seems to be in a good shape, so that's good. I don't have to remove the headlight since actually there is no access to the outer panel from inside. It's all like there's an internal structure piece right behind it, and there's no opening or anything. So our next step is we're just gonna grind the paint, get to the metal, and start to use our dent puller and start to pull these big dents out. Then after this we're gonna move down to the edge here, the crease we're gonna have to recreate, and we'll go from there. As we got all the way to the metal in most areas, we have the biggest dent here, another one here, then we have one here like this. We have some other dents, definitely a small one here, and again the whole area is like dented in and out, as you guys can see. So we're gonna mostly focus now on the big ones like these two, and I'm gonna try to first pull this one down. Like I'm gonna try to put a stud here and try to get that down. Then I'm gonna start to weld all the way in the middle here and start from the outer to the middle. So we'll put studs here and start to pull from the outer to the middle. Same here, start from the outer to the middle, and same when I get to this one. We're gonna do this, make sure you remove your battery or disconnect it, because we're gonna do weld, and also you can have a welding helmet or glasses because it's gonna create an arc just in protection. So let's get started. I think we're moving good in our track. It started to get like more smooth, like there was like what they call the crown here, which is like you can feel like from up down. Now a lot of these areas now start to be like going kind of flush together, so we're gonna keep going back and forth. We still need to pull more all the way around. At the hardest area here, I think I need to add one more spot weld. I'm thinking about adding with an angle. This area here looks very thick, and that's why, or because of the weld of the other panel under it, and I think that's why it's gonna be hard. So I'm actually maybe just do one here and try to pull this way. So we'll see how it goes. We're gonna keep going until we get as much as we can straight on that first one, then we'll be back. So we started with that big one here, and for the most part it starts to come out nice, except here it's very hard to get that part out. So I decided to start with a body line. As you can see, I was able to mark it like a template from the other side. Then I mark it all the way here, and I put studs all the way around. I'm gonna leave that area here to the end because it's very hard now to put studs on them. And when I put studs and try to do the tabs, it was like stretching the metal, not really straighten the dent. So I'm gonna finish that first. I'm gonna try to tab on the high spots here and there, so maybe that will help us straighten that kink here, and then we can be able to put more studs here and there if needed and start to do tabbing here. I also put some studs here. Where's my line that was here? There's some dent here, there, another dent there, and the other big dent here. So I'm gonna work it out like step by step in all of them. Maybe we'll start here, then move from here all the way down here, then we'll focus on that area at the end. So we'll keep going and we'll be back. Okay guys, we're moving along here. We're adding more stuff. Look, there he is. but we are getting close here in the line. And we found more damage actually here in the quarter panel. Not sure if you guys can see, but that area here was dented. We work it out, straighten it, and let me fix the light. We'll try to explain more about that damage. So that area here was dented in, and we got it almost flat, straight. There is a little bit still here, and that was bending. That whole piece was down from here and was pushed in here, so we almost got straight and flat here, and the inside as well. So we're moving along way good. We're gonna try here more, get that last piece of the dent flattened. Then all these seam sealers that or body bond or panel bond, we're gonna add more here later on after we finish everything. Then after this, we gonna plan to pull more along our body line here to get more out, to give it more of the sharp shape like the other side. Then after this, we'll put the tire, put the car down, and see how everything look. Do we need to still pull out more or not? And everything good, I'm planning to remove all these studs and grind everything down. Then we might add some more just to give it a final shape. That's a plan. So we're gonna keep working from the inside here, get that dent completely out, then pull more on the outline here. Then we'll see how it goes. So we have a lot of work to do still, but we are almost there to get that quarter panel fixed. And after that, we'll be ready to start our bondo and sanding and prime it and get everything ready for paint. But also we want to make sure that the bumper will fit and will be in a nice flush shape like the front one. Okay guys, we got the bumper from downstairs. If you guys remember from the first video, when we got the bumper was bent to fit inside the car, and we kept it like straight or flattened for a long time. Now it's straight, except here that two layer here is bent. We need to straighten that because it's gonna fit here. So I need to get that straight and flush, so not force it, so don't break these plastic pieces. So what we're gonna do is gonna heat and straighten both layers, then try to fit it on the car and see how everything aligns with the quarter panel. Okay guys, check the rear bumper now. Fits all the way around very well. Even here, the bent area is nice and flush. Let's actually go to the piece that was above the one that I pointed to when I was recording before I hit it, and everything is fine. I actually noticed that looks like they tried to remove that head, the tail light before. There's two missing bolts here, but let's go here. Everything is going fine. We are a little bit off at the damage area. That section need to be pulled out, so it's gonna be flush like here. I think from here all the way to here need to be pulled out. After that, I'm gonna tap from down, because you see the gap here, it's that metal here is down, so we need to push that up so it can create the gap to match everything. Then that here we pulled out a little bit more, so I think from here all the way to here will need to be tapped back in. So we're gonna remove all these studs, and I'm gonna keep the one in the line. I'm actually gonna pull on some while I'm tapping in. I don't need the line to go in, the line is fine here, so I don't need to push the line in. I just need to push that back area here in, I think from here all the way to that area, and then we'll see how it goes. But we're very close guys to save that quarter panel. I think also when I pull this one out, I'll see if it will tap here, because I feel like it's going out a little bit, so that will give it like the nice smooth transition from here all the way to our body line. So let's do that, and we'll see how it looks afterward. Check this out, guys. We got the body lines okay, but here I think we failed to fix that quarter panel. There was a crack here that I was trying to weld, and that metal is very thin. You just keep burning through. Even my welder, I put all the way down the settings, but I still keep like burning through. I try to, the more I burn, the more I try to weld and try to grind and weld, I get tired. And also I'm not sure what we're gonna do, if we're gonna try to get a metal sheet piece and just try to cut that area here, the bed area, and try to weld the metal sheet here after we shape it, or the other option, which is that the option I wanted to try to avoid, is to change the quarter panel. There's two reasons to me trying to avoid to change the quarter panel. Is the cost. I was trying to do it as cost effective as possible, and the other thing that it's going to be a lot of work, because here, let's say we're going to change the quarter panel, at least we're going to cut somewhere here or there. That's means we're going to have to remove the rear glass, and definitely we're going to have a lot in the interior to disassemble the interior of the trunk, the interior of these two pillars, or just to get the glass off. And I think that the option I will go with, I will think about it. If we gotta change the quarter panel, it's gonna be something to do for the first time, and I hope when we do the spot welding, we're not gonna burn it through like here. But it's gonna be a lot of learning process to change that quarter panel, including like removing that rear glass here. I never removed the glass before, and I hope when I remove it, I'm not gonna crack it or break it. But I got tired, and I think for this video we're gonna be done. I need to relax and think about it, and try to find a quarter panel with a good price. It's running around $800 to $1,000 on eBay. Use definitely brand new one is the same, but it's gonna take long to come in. But we'll see what's my options and what we're gonna do. If we can change the quarter panel again, guys, that will be a learning process, and you guys gonna learn with us, and you also will help us and advise how to easily remove that rear glass. If you guys have an advice, a specific tools that you guys think is a good one to use, please let us know. Or if you guys have any idea about how to get that fixed without changing the quarter panel, let us know as well. I wanted to get it done as less expensive as possible, but on the other hand, I need it to be perfect. I don't want to be like fill it with Bondo and shape it. It's gonna be look okay, but definitely will crack by time, and I don't want to go this route. So we'll see what we're gonna do. We'll see you next video, and I think by next video we'll be deciding what we're gonna do for that quarter panel, unless we decide to finish the front, then come back, I mean like do the Bondo and everything in the front, then come back to the rear end. We'll see what we're gonna do. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any advice, please help us, comment down below, and also help us by subscribe to our channel, like and share videos, and wish everyone a good day.